Yeah, I know the music's too loud. I'm turning it down. I don't even know if you can hear me. Hello. Good morning. Welcome to the show. It's Friday. And there's actually some knuckleheads on the internet praising Joe Biden right now. Turn the music off. I can't do this. Good morning. Praising President Puddin'Brain. And I don't know what to make of it. This and look, you can say whatever you want about TFG, the former guy, because Whoopi Goldberg won't say Donald Trump's name. Say his name. I don't get it. I don't get it. There's something trending on Twitter today. And I thank God Trump. I mean, thank God Trump is not president right now, because they think it would be worse is this is it a psyop? That's what the title day. That's where I was going. Are these dopes? Are these people just dopes? Or is this an operation? Between, which way is north? North is that way for me. Between Vladimir Putin, aka Justin Castro, and this and the actual Vladimir Putin, and President Poontang, aka Pussy. Big talker though. Oh, big talker. Big talker. What did he say 2 years ago? Here, let me look. I'm gonna bring this up. What did he say 2 years ago? He tweeted. What were the words? Vladimir Putin doesn't want me for president. He doesn't want me to be our nominee. If you're wondering why, it's because I'm the only person in this field who's ever gone toe to toe with him. Well, right now, while you're on your pillow, and certainly not on my pillow, because you know how that goes. But it's not even. It's the media. Some of them have lost their ever-loving minds. I'm going to try to get into that. I don't know if you can sense. If you can sense the restraint I am using right now. And ladies, no, not that kind of restraint. Next time. Holy buckets. That's a Minnesota phrase. Holy bucket. I don't know if they say that in other parts of the country. In Minnesota, they say holy buckets. Anyway, we are going to do a show today. And I might even open up the mic. Wasn't really hadn't decided if we were going to do open mic today, but if I do, I'll put the link up at the top up here. Let's go ahead and Johnny, play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, PDawg Knight. All right. The music's already stopped, so I don't need to say it. I'm a little slow on the trigger today. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as Dawg Knight on the internet. And welcome to the Dawg Knight Channel. Today is Friday, the 25th of February, 2022, and I'm happy that you're here. And I'm happy that my head hasn't exploded after some of the stuff I've been reading over the last couple of days. Praise Jesus. Not Abraham. What's I can't remember that. Yahweh and Allah, all of them. And Buddha. Don't forget Buddha. And just trying to muster up all the strength I can. In a personal note, I still haven't been able to change my phones over. I don't know if you know. I bought a bunch of new phones, or I'm changing from Verizon to AT&T for some ungod known reason, probably because they were throwing some phones at me, but I'm having such a hard time. I sincerely consider saying, no, I'm just going to stay with Verizon and keep the phones I have. But I think I found one person in customer service who actually knows what the hell they're doing. And she finally directed me to the right thing. See what happened? I have 5 lines. Both my wife and I's phone, my daughter's phone, my son's phone, and my mother-in-law's phone, which I pay for because I'm a great father, husband, and son-in-law. And so we changed all 5 lines over to AT&T, and maybe it just was stupid to do this, but I get 5 free phones, right? So we're all in a couple Galaxies, and iPhone, and all that, right? But then my wife and I said, maybe we should switch we're going to switch from Galaxy to iPhone, right? And so we send those phones back, but we couldn't get the other phones to get back to us. And then I'm dealing with this customer. I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but if you've ever spent 7 hours over a couple days, it was split up. One call was 2.5 hours, one was 1 hour and a half, one was 2 hours, and then another one last night was about an hour. Dealing with customer service for some of these companies, where you realize as soon as they pick up the line and they say, "Hello, this is AT&T. My name is Kim. How can I help you?" You know that you're not dealing with someone. Now, okay, I have to give the first person I talked to credit. It was pretty good and it was very helpful, very nice and whatever. And they have all the right lines, but sometimes you just don't want to deal with the call center. You want to deal with the person who knows what they're doing. You want to talk to the actual tech person who's going to be fixing whatever it is you are. Because, anyway, so 7 at least 7 hours of phone time getting all the things fixed. So for some reason I couldn't get the exchanged phones to my house. I had sent the other phones back, but I didn't get it. And then my daughter decided that she didn't really need to change her phone. Like, she just got a new phone, so I sent hers back too. And then, but the switching of the iPhone. But then also, okay, here's what happened: 5 lines, right? And I know when I went talked with the guy and we checked, triple, double, quadruple checked to make sure every phone that we wanted had the right phone number, because we're switching 5 lines from Verizon to AT&T. But somehow, when they went to deliver them, the Samsung phone that I got from my mother-in-law and the iPhone that I got for my son had the wrong phone numbers. Now, you'd think it'd be just as simple, let's go in the computers and just blah, blah, and they can change the numbers back. But apparently the first three people I talked to in customer service said, no, well, you need to go to this shop, and then you gotta go to the store, and then they'll change the SIM cards there, and they'll change the numbers, and then, but my son lives in Denver. I already sent him the phone, so he would have to go there simultaneously. But if you activate one phone, it cancels out this phone. So I didn't want to cancel out his phone because I had his number here with my mother-in-law's phone and his number there, and then it would have canceled out him. But then when he goes to the store and puts in a new SIM card and cancels out, then it would cancel here. Then when I activate this one, it cancels his again. I'm like, can't they just switch them? And finally yesterday, although she couldn't get through tech because tech's in the United States, but she was this woman, and I don't know where she had an Australian accent, actually. I'm like, why do I have an Australian accent for my AT&T customer service? But apparently they have call centers somewhere where the Indian people who try to mimic accents was mimicking an Australian accent. She's like, well, no, they can just do a number switch. All you need is the ITIM or whatever number that is, and then they'll just switch the numbers. But she ended up waiting on like in queue for tech support there, and but anyway, so she finally gave me a ticket number, and she gave me how to do it, and all I had to do is call back today, and she like usually you'd think anytime you talk to tech, you think they're taking notes so that you don't have to explain the damn thing over and over and over again. Nah, none of them did that, but this one said that, here, I'm just going to put this in the notes. They should have just put this in the notes. And so she put in the notes and tells them exactly what they need to do. So when I call today, I should be able to do this in less than 20 minutes, in theory. So I'll update you on that later. All right. I don't even know why I went through that. But I do have my preparations on hand. And, oh, boy, do I need it. I will not tell you whether or not I had to put some Kahlua in it this morning because I just, one of those days. And let's say good morning to everybody. And then we're going to get into what seems to be turning, well, I don't know if it's turning into World War III or not. I don't know. It's just, this is a very unusual situation. And, what did I do there? I didn't mean that. And I don't know what to make of this nonsense. So anyway, let's do this. Let's say good morning. Let's say good morning. Oh, I should be in the wrong. I forgot I didn't want to do it over there because I'll keep that. Good morning first. First person in the chat today goes to Tyre Alexander, who gets the bell. Thank you for being here, sir. I appreciate you. By the way, I got rid of since I'm getting rid of that phone, and I really like the soundboard application I had on my phone. I went and picked up a little. What is this? A Galaxy notepad? What do they call these things? And I transferred everything onto this, and it's actually a lot easier because I can see it better. It's nice. I can see which I'm pushing, and the buttons are bigger, and I'll never have phone interruptions on it. I won't have to can't forget to put the do not disturb on. Anyway, Tyre Alexander, thank you for being here first. Also, the chat today is Advocatus Diaboli, the Devil's Advocate. Good morning. Good morning, Mike Savage. Blarg. Good morning also to Jesse Leon. Hello, Timothy Seilbeck. Sorry, I didn't mean to butcher that. Good morning, Somnambule Nation. Selective boys in the house. Oh, they kind of moved though. Look at that, boy. Right there. I love it. Also, good morning, Aaron Meredith. Somnambule Nation. Let's see. Lexi Mads, what's happening? Good morning to Chicago Mike. Cool Frogs in the house. Welcome back. Also, good morning to DI Freighter Watcher. And is that everybody? I'm kidding there. I said Tyler, because you were first. Jada Clay's in the house. Nice to see you. And is that everybody? Attack Alpaca's here. Good. And I think I did okay. I think that's pretty much everyone who's in there, at least chatting. If you're not chatting, that's fine. I know some of you just lurk. Hope you are, if you're driving or doing something with heavy equipment, please be safe. Don't jeopardize your living potential. Let's put it that way. So, now, I probably should have taken some blood pressure medicine for today. By the way, thank you, Somnambule Nation. Also Tyler F. for tweeting out or tweeting out and or retweeting the tweet of the show. I appreciate that. Please, while you're thinking about it, if you like what we do, hit the like button sometime during the show. Share the stream. That is so important. It's growing slowly. It really is. I think about in the last week, maybe a little more than a dozen new people have subscribed to the channel, and I've seen a few new people in the chat, so that's kind of fun. Also, if you are watching a replay, put a comment in the comment section. If you see something, put a comment in the comment section. And then finally, you can sponsor the show by the Streamlabs link, which is at PDawgKnight.live. You want to open another window, you can either watch the show there and the chat's there, the show's there if you want, and then that thing's always up in the right-hand corner if you have the inspiration, or if you just want to do it a one-time shot, hey, I'm good with that. 24 hours a day, you can sponsor the show. A couple other options in the description down below, or you can do super chats if you don't mind giving Susan 30%. All right, let's get into what seems to have gotten into my craw today. And obviously the biggest news on the planet is the fact that Joe Biden has decided who he's going to name to the Supreme Court. Yes, that's going to be the Friday distraction for everything that's going on. So, Max is out there. There's no evidence of falsification when it comes to the state's coronavirus figures. Oh, there's still people talking about Florida. This is a joke. Anyway, sorry, that's not what I want to talk about today. Something I saw this morning on the old Twitter machine. I'll leave the trending topic up on my in the tabs today because it's kind of amazing. But here is, oh my God, this is, you know what? They talk about people putting out violent imagery. They bitch about people putting out violent imagery. And then they do this. They do shit like this. Thank God Trump isn't president anymore, and we have other news channels to watch. This is Rupert Murdoch's fascist. Fox News coverage of the Ukraine crisis has been dangerous. Tucker Carlson echoed Kremlin talking points before the invasion began. Thank God Trump is not president anymore, and we have other news channels to watch. Trump is a Russian asset. Democrats' voice. So this thank God Trump thing's been trending, right? Thank God. Now, thank God Trump ended the Iran nuclear deal, pulled troops out of Syria, allowed ISIS to regain power, destabilize the Middle East, set Ukraine up for invasion. What the actual fuck are you talking about? Trump Kremlin Employee of the Month. Okay. It's like, oh my God. This is genius. Oh, that's wonderful. Now, it's funny to take these quotes out of context. This is genius. Oh, that's wonderful. I'd say that's pretty smart. He's taking over a country, really a vast location, great piece of land with a lot of people, and just walking right in. Who's allowing this to happen? It's so funny. Now, if Trump, and look, you know me, I'm not a Trump guy, but I certainly think it would have been far better than this chump in the Oval Office right now. So, Trump, what did he do when he was in the White House that caused this sudden change of heart by Putin to not restrain himself from going into Ukraine? Well, let's see. Nord Stream pipeline. Trump against it. You're going to give Russia too much influence in Europe. Biden greenlights it. Trump selling weapons to Ukraine, defensive weapons to take out tanks and things like that, giving money and, letting that money go. Now, I am curious, where are those weapons and are they being used in this thing? I don't know. But it's funny how when Obama was in office, They gave him MREs, meals ready to eat. That's it. That's all. That's it. They instead of giving him weapons to deter what was happening now. And oh, by the way, they also gave them Crimea because during the Obama administration. Oh, was it Georgia during the Obama administration too? Was that during the? Someone in the chat probably knows. Yeah. So then Trump comes in and breaks. Now, in theory, at least in Democratic circles, Putin got Trump into office. Putin helped him jump the Russian asset. Yeah, the Russian asset that stops your pipeline, that gives weapons to Ukraine, that puts heavier sanctions on Russia for the stuff in what's it, Crimea? Oh, by the way, the Democrats filibustered the idea of putting more sanctions on Russia while Trump was in office. But that's just nothing. Nobody cares, right? Crimea was 2014, right? Yes, I'm correct. Correct. So let's see. Obama in office, they take Crimea, and Obama doesn't give any military aid. 4 years of Trump, they give lots of military aid. They stop some of their economic power. We become energy independent, so that as energy prices go down, that hurts Russia too. And then when Biden gets to the office, he cancels the pipeline going through North and South Dakota. He restricts more drilling, right? And fracking. Well, he didn't do the fracking one yet, but he closed some oil leases, didn't lease out some more oil places. We become less energy dependent. Oil prices rise, which it gives Russia more money because their economy's kind of more dependent on oil than ours is. And then if we were just, what are you going to do if we go to the Ukraine? Nothing. If they have some small incursions, Biden says, well, if there's a small incursion, but what? Oh, they're in there? Oh shit, now what are we going to do? Oh, we'll put some sanctions on there. Well, the Russians have been dealing with sanctions forever. Do you think they give a fuck about sanctions? This is a clown show. That's my new clown horn. You like that, huh? This is clown horn. So stupid. It's and the media is just going along with it. So here's the kicker. Here's the media is doing this. Not just these ass white pundits on Twitter. Damn it, I swore. I didn't mean to swear yet. Anyway, it's not just the ass wipe pundits on Twitter. There's actual media people. The media blames Trump after Joe Biden's Russia policy fails to deter Vladimir Putin. Okay, so I'm just going to read this. This is in Legal Insurrection. I'll have it in the tab if you want to read it later. Oh, I got to move some stuff over. Considering recent events, I think it's safe to say President Biden's tough talk towards Russian President Vladimir Putin regarding threats he made to invade Ukraine was not the brilliant strategy the White House thought it was. This despite the fact that Biden assured us prior to the 2020 presidential election that Putin doesn't want me to be president because I'm the only person in this field who's ever gone toe-to-toe with him. And in fact, here's the tweet from almost 2 years ago today. See this? See this? Y'all see this? This is 2 years ago today. Joe Biden, he was a presidential candidate 2 years ago today. He was a president. It was the primary. This was during the presidential primaries. This asshole tweeted this. By the way, good morning, Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
And good morning to West, aka Unacceptable Views from the West, formerly known as People's Front of Canada. What's up? This is 2 years ago today, or not 2 years ago today, but 2 years ago 3 days ago. Vladimir Putin doesn't want me to be president. He doesn't want me to be our nominee. If you're wondering why, it's because I'm the only person in this field who's ever gone toe-to-toe with him. Now, I do not recall any time during the Obama administration that Joe Biden ever sat down with Vladimir Putin by himself, because that would be a diplomatic faux pas, so to speak. Being as President Putin was the president of Russia, that would mean President Putin probably would be dealing with Barack Obama, because, you know, in superpowers, it's kind of an insult to send your vice president, especially one as dumb as motherfucking Joe Biden. Oh, God, I swore again. Give me some rum. Now, as it become more and more clear in recent days that Biden throwing out warnings to Putin would do little to nothing to deter him from going forward with an attack that was months in the making, the usual suspects in the media and on the left, oh, that's redundant, began to trot out "but Trump" card in an effort to blame the former president for Joe Biden's fucking ineptitude, woes in trying and failing to manage the Russia beast. Here, let's look at some examples. These are special. Hold on to your brain cells here, because you might lose some just listening to this shit. John Cooper. This is some jackhole. I don't even know who he is. He's some media, some guy. Here it is. 4 years of Trump emboldened Putin. Did it now. Did it. Weird. Emboldened Putin so much that he waited till Trump was gone and Biden was in office for a year to invade Ukraine. Matthew Dowd, I don't know. He's some former something with some politician, shitbag, whatever. He might have been a press secretary or something, and he was with the Washington Post for a while. Matthew Dowd says, if you're blaming Biden today for what Putin is doing in Ukraine, please take down the American flag from your home or social media account and replace it with the Russian flag. It will help us all know where you clearly stand. Hello, Fox P2. Jennifer, I stand with Ukraine. Rubin, the most ridiculous, and that is a quite defeat, the most ridiculous columnist maybe on the planet. I don't know if she's still with the Washington Post, because she was the Washington Post conservative columnist. Jennifer Rubin. Republicans who supported and still support the greatest Putin appeaser cannot simultaneously be on Ukraine's side. Are they on Team America/democracy or on Team Trump/Putin? I warned you! I warned you. New York Times, Biden's administration met with China for 3 months to try to get their assistance about Russia, Ukraine, showing the Chinese U.S. intel. Oh, great! China gave the intelligence reports to Russia. They're okay. Keystone Cops, look it up. It's worse than the Keystone fucking Cops in this administration. Some jackhole named Garrett Graff. One thing worth keeping in mind today. there's a straight line from Russia's attack on the election of 2016. Would somebody please tell Garrett, at least get him up to speed on that, please. To January 6th. Oh, yes. To today's new invasion of Ukraine. The chaos that Russia unleashed with the election of Trump weakened us to the point Putin feels confident invading Europe. Europe? Are you saying that he's going to invade the rest of Europe? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Now, now again, I'll read some replies to this, but this one particularly has my head scratching because, okay, so the Russia's attack on the U.S. election, okay, you still haven't been able to define what that attack was. Did they supposedly help? Because you guys have ran this narrative in the ground and still haven't really given any good evidence for it. But what the actual fuck are you talking about? These people, Alex Jones. These people are worse than Alex Jones. Well, at least Alex Jones is right sometime. These guys are never right. Now, John Harwood. Now, he's a respectable journalist, right? John Harwood, you've heard that name. I mean, he's been with CBS News, I think, and maybe he was with the ABC. I don't respect. He's supposed to be a respectable journalist. Well, he replied, or at least wanted to embellish on Garrett's point, just because, because it's kind of a stupid point, and he certainly wouldn't agree with it. I mean, it'd be like, no, sorry, I'm actually wrong. In fact, where's that? There. I was wrong. Another way of stating Garrett's point. The Russian thug now attacking Ukraine helped Donald Trump become president because he thought that would someday make this kind of attack easier to pull off. He was right in the short term. Longer term to be determined. Now, wait a minute. Now, I know this question comes up many times, but if he helped Donald Trump become president because he thought it would someday make this kind of attack easier to pull off, why didn't he do it while Donald Trump, was president, and not wait till a full year after Donald Trump was out of office, when the guy who had gone, what did he say, toe to toe with Putin was in office? The guy that who's gone toe to toe with Putin, you would think tough guy toe to toe Joe would have been able to stop this. And I'm not rooting for the Russians, any of you assholes who think I am. Putin chose his timing based on the leadership of the United States that found it more important to prepare for transgender and female pilots than it did to train people, who had diversity training as your top priority of the entire United States military, or kicking out the guys who actually fight when they come into the military because, oh my God, they might have some wrong opinions. We're a fucking laughingstock to the strongmen and the dictators. Because instead of a dictator in the office, we have a dick. And he might also be a tater. So, when one considers the inconvenient facts regarding the differing policies of the last three presidents toward Russia, Harwood's response, in particular, understandably, rubbed people all kinds of the wrong way. You think? Hello, Roasted. How you doing? This is one of the times I wish Reagan hadn't done something. He should have gotten rid of this equal time rule. Yeah, I don't know. He shouldn't have. So Greg Price makes a very good point here. Greg Price is, I think is he a former Fox News guy? I don't know who he is. Anyway, he says, excuse me, hello, Mr. Harwood, and all the rest of you jackholes. Let a reminder here. Donald Trump fought to stop Russia from building the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. Joe Biden gave Putin the green light. Putin gained control over Europe's energy market and less than a year later is invading Ukraine. Humble talent, some other dude. Let's be real. Putin took Crimea while Obama was in office. He invaded a country at large while Biden was in office. Biden gave Putin Nord Stream, and the Democrats filibustered sanctions just a year ago. Pretending that Russia's empowerment is attributable to Trump is insane.
Gotcha, bitch.
Michael Duncan. Putin elected Trump to weaken America. This is quoting dickhead here. Putin elected Trump to weaken America, but waited 5 years until Biden was elected, which of course strengthened America. And then Putin decided to invade Ukraine. This is seriously the logic they're going with? You dumb motherfuckers. Good morning, nobody, not me. I'm just having a seizure here. Also, good morning, Lord Stanhope. Now, one remembers how the WikiLeaks documents proved that Harwood, who we're supposed to believe is a neutral political correspondent for CNN, was a little more than a mouthpiece for Hillary Clinton's failed 2016 presidential campaign. The reason for his position becomes quite obvious. So, and someone named A Newsman says, John Harwood still believes Russia was responsible for hacking John Podesta's emails, password 12345, which showed John as a Democratic hack propagandist, and that the DNC Clinton worked to destroy Bernie Sanders, costing her the election. This explains his entire worldview. Ding! Hello, check your logic. What are these tweets of? You'll have to just go back a little bit. Good morning, K-Show. I think I already said that. Yeah, by the way, good morning, check your logic. Nice to see you here. These are tweets check your logic. I'm going to go back. These are tweets replying to this John Harwood fellow who said, the Russian thug now attacking Ukraine helped Donald Trump become president because he thought that would someday make this kind of attack easier to pull off. So here we go. More. There's more. These are. Oh, by the way, here's another one for you. This is CNN. This is CNN Politics. What's the date in this? This is June 16th, 2021. A little less than a year ago. Joe Biden's message to Vladimir Putin: the adults are back in charge. Analysis by Chris Cillizza. Should we read this one? Should we go back to this one? Wait, let's see if we can. I'm going to see if I can find that. Joe Biden's message to Vladimir Putin. Joe Biden's message to Vladimir Putin. The adults are back in charge. Let's see if we can find this article on This is CNN. Oh, is this it? Where is it? Oh, have they taken it down? Where is it? It doesn't show up in. I mean, that's the exact title. Oh, is this it? Let's see. Doom, 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 doom. Ah, yes. Yes, Queen. Let's read this. This is going to be, this will be a slight history lesson. We're going to check this out. Hey, Johnny, look at this shit. Analysis. Joe Biden's message to Vladimir Putin. The adults are back in charge. Hello, trigger warning. How you doing? Look on archive. Oh, yeah, it's okay. I got it. I got it. U.S. President Joe Biden had one single and simple goal at his press conference in the wake of his summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Geneva. Project absolute and utter normality between naps. Did Biden engage in any threats? No, he said. Was there hyperbole on either side? No, he said. Did Biden revisit his past comments that Putin was a killer? No comment, Biden said. I did what I came to do, Biden offered at one point, a succinct, if vague, assertion of success. Now, is it pretty much everything Joe Biden say succinct and vague? He's the master of reading vagaries off his teleprompter and then not taking questions about it. Even, you know what I mean? Anyway, again, this is a history lesson. This is from June 17, 2021. Okay, this is June 17, 2021. While Biden didn't seek to fully explain what it was he came to do, because he probably couldn't remember, evidence was everywhere in his answers. Oh, was it now? Was it now? Make clear that the traveling circus of the Trump presidency was over. Yes. By the way, okay, I don't remember for sure. Does anyone remember this? Because there was a thing, I don't know if it was a meme or what, but how, Trump was like, look, y'all go into Ukraine. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hit Moscow. And Putin's like, say what? Really? Because you never know with Trump. Just like when King Jong Ding Dong was, saying something about his nukes, and Trump's just like, yeah, that's great. You might have one. We have a lot of them, and they all work. Simple statements like that to make you go, is this motherfucker crazy? And you know what? As much as I kind of, have this weird love-hate relationship with the former president, that's the kind of shit that you've got to do. These people respect people who are willing to throw down. And Joe has never made it like he's going to throw down. He just made it like he's going to, have mommy bring him some pudding and he's going to take a nap. And there's nothing strong about the man right now. Now, look, Joe Biden, at least, even though he's always been a bit of a dope, that's the title of the stream today, he's always been a bit of a dope, but at least in his younger days, he could actually say bravado and be convincing. Right now, when he has to have mommy lead him to the podium sometimes, or lead him across the room, or he stumbles out of the room and turns around when the press is trying to answer questions because he just seems confused about where he really is, nobody on the planet, except for the sycophants and the liberals in the media, which is redundant, believes this man is in control of anything, and nobody is going to ever listen to his tough talk. He just looks like an old man, a cranky old man. And I want him, right now, I wish he was that guy. I wish he was that guy who could say, You go a little farther and we're going to just blow up something in Russia that's important to you. Like, we'll just blow that $10 billion you just spent on that pipeline. We'll destroy it. You'll never even, not only will Germany not be able to reopen the project, but you won't even be able to use it because we're going to set you back 20 years. And then you will have no economic power in Europe. Even if he's bluffing. I wish he had the ability to be convincing about shit like that. Let's go back to this dumb shit article from a year ago. Now, this is, and look, this is funny because you go back and listen. This is Chris Cillizza talking about Joe Biden. Okay, Chris Cillizza, can I clean your taint with my tongue for you, Chris Cillizza, to Joe Biden. That Chris Cillizza. He make it clear that the traveling circus of the Trump president is over and the adults are back in charge. Now he puts it in parentheses here, like an aside. Biden's cool demeanor broke only once under questioning from CNN's, this is CNN, Caitlin Collin, about whether the president truly expected Putin to change his behavior. Quote, I'm not confident he'll change his behavior, Biden replied testily. Where in the hell, what do you do all the time? When I say I was confident, he later apologized to Collin. Yeah, remember when he snapped at her? I remember this press conference. I was watching this press conference. He later apologized to Collin, saying he shouldn't have been such a wise guy. No, he was a pissed off old sundowning old man when he did that. He snapped at her really hard, then probably realized, oh, this is one of my CNN allies. Anyway, he repeatedly, this is typical. This is way typical. He repeatedly dodged questions about his personal relationships or lack thereof with Putin and past and present, because he lied. Comments the two men had made about each other. Time after time, Biden steered the conversation away from personalities and toward real politics. Yes, this is Chris Cillizza talking about trying to make Biden look savvy rather than just not being able to answer questions because he can't remember his answers. This is not about trust, Biden asked whether he trusted Putin. This is about self-interest and verification of self-interest. Really? Where'd you verify that? Even in Biden's tone, he appeared to be making a concerted effort to be dispassionate, rarely showing off the animation he regularly displays when jousting with the American press corps stateside. Jousting? What jousting? Oh my God. The American press corps treats him like great-grandmother at her 101st birthday. Oh, Miss Great-Grandma, congratulations. Is your cake warm enough? Would you like another scoop of ice cream, Grandma? This and that? No, Grandma. What are you talking about? The press. Anyway, he was also far briefer in his remarks because he can't remember what he's supposed to say, and the questions he took after them. Then Putin, who held court for a better part of an hour in the immediate wake of the world leaders meeting. Yeah, remember? Because Putin also had a press conference, and Putin stayed there for an hour answering questions. While Biden never mentioned his presidential predecessor, the 2018 summit in Helsinki, Finland, between Trump and Putin hung over the proceedings like a stale fart. Both sides utterly aware of it, but neither willing to acknowledge it directly. Now, that's weird. That's okay, Chris. That's a weird way to put it. Remember, this is a story from a year ago. This time around, the Biden White House rejected the idea of a joint press conference. They let Putin go first with his own presser in order to be able to respond fully to any and all claims that the Russian president made about the meeting. And they went out of their way to avoid anything, whether in word or action, that could be read by any neutral observer as meaningless frivolity. Now, But Putin went on for an hour. Biden was like 15, 20 minutes and cut off questions, took questions in the order that they had written down for him. Nuts and bolts, pragmatism over pomp, total frankness over Trumpism. Well, that pragmatism has us Russian invading Ukraine right now. Or in Biden, here we go. Or in Biden's word, this is about how we move forward from here. I listened to, again, a significant portion of what President Putin's press conference was. And as he pointed out, this is about practical, straightforward, no-nonsense decisions that we have to make or not make. We'll find out within the next 6 months to a year whether or not we actually have a strategic dialogue that matters. Oh, well, survey says, I guess it didn't fucking matter. So there you go. Way to go. Way to go, Joe. Way to go. All right. Thank you to our great friend, Black Hebrew Israelite, who is the first sponsor of the show. And Black Hebrew Israelite, you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Thank you for sponsoring the show. Dropping a deuce in the tip jar. I'll take it any way I can get it. Black Hebrew Israelite says, Putin launched an actual war that's killing real people. Don't worry, we have a secret weapon we will unleash. Our Twitter army to fire and cancel Putin. Oh, here, this is a new one. Remember, he put honk honk there, so I had to use the new clown honk honk. Anyway, remember, it worked so well to bring back our girl. Hashtag. Oh my God. I don't know why I found that so funny, but anyway, remember, it worked so well to hashtag bring back our girl.
That's right.
YouTube censored Alex Jones. Oh, YouTube censored Alex Jones was right. Yes,
that's right.
Yes, they did. Thank you, Black Hebrew Israelite. All right. Holy shit. It's amazing. It's amazing. This shit's amazing. So anyway, let's see. Now from that, yeah, he's but at least, hey, look, there is a bright side to this. There is absolutely a bright side to this. At least, there are no more mean tweets. The world's better now. Harrow Quippers United, how you doing? So anyway, holy shit, Ukraine is trying to cancel Russia on Twitter, and I'm still laughing at them. Yeah, it's just, this whole thing is just getting weird. Thank you, by the way, thanks Lexi, thank you, Jedi Ghostbear, aka David, and also I already said Tyler, for retweeting the show. I greatly appreciate that. I didn't see Maddie today. Oh, Maddie's. Oh, never mind. I think I know what's going on with Maddie. So, so really, that's Oh, this shit's amazing. This shit's amazing. So I just wanted to kind of go through Twitter a little bit today, because just some of the just straight fuckery that's going on. It's amazing. So let's go into, first of all, so just straight news. This is the Twitter version of what's happening. Clashes with Russian forces in the capital city of Kiev, says Ukraine. Okay, that's not even a sentence. Clashes with Russian forces in capital city of Kiev, says Ukraine. Who wrote that line? Anyway, following the Russian invasion of Ukraine on Thursday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that scores of people have been killed early Friday Multiple explosions were heard in the capital city as the Ukrainian military reported clashes with Russian forces in Kyiv. The U.S., EU, and a number of other countries have announced new sanctions against Russia. In response to the latest developments, wow, we have new sanctions. Nice job. What you need to know. Chinese state media has said that Putin and President Xi Jinping spoke on Friday with the Russian leader agreeing to open negotiations to end hostility. Well, fantastic. Way to go, Xi Jinping. Oh, you know what? Is this a... let me think about this. Let me just contemplate that whole thing right there. Let me think. So Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping are agreeable to open negotiations to end hostilities? What does that mean? What the F does that mean? Does that mean that, a lot of times you'd have negotiations with an American president, right? A good, strong American president, because America's the, supposedly the leader of the free world, but they're going to go to China to open negotiations to end hostilities. That's wild. Now, I could see them if they were bypassing it, because when Trump was in office, then the media would be like, "Oh my God, they're going to go to China. They're not going to, because Donald Trump is a Putin puppet, and Donald Trump is, has lowered America's standing in the world." Well, I thought Joe Biden was supposed to fix that. I guess not. Anyway, in a midnight address, Zelensky says Russian sabotage groups have entered Kyiv, and has urged residents to be vigilant and observe curfew rules. There are several reports of fighting and explosions in the city. Someone needs to learn how to write at Twitter. And then the European Union joins the U.S. and several other countries in implementing sanctions against Russia, which Russia is fully prepared to deal with sanctions. He said that the other day. But, they need to do it. They need to find some way. I mean, certainly, because apparently they're not going to use any troops. The other thing, too, a lot of people on here, on this Twitter machine, have been saying, Trump weakened NATO. He wanted to pull out of NATO. He didn't believe in NATO. Okay, let me tell you something. So when Trump was kind of chirping back and forth with his NATO allies, what was the purpose of Trump chirping back and forth with his NATO allies? Was it because he didn't believe in NATO, or that he wanted to pull out of NATO? Kiev. Well, they say Kyiv in there, don't they? Anyway, it wasn't to pull out. What did he do? With all the bluster and bitching about NATO, what eventually happened with NATO? What did he accomplish when he did that? Weird. He got our NATO allies to all step up and fulfill their financial obligations and their contribution obligations to NATO, right? So that the United States wouldn't be the only one carrying the burden, right? So now does that, when they say that, when NATO, all the NATO countries say, okay, we're going to start spending more like we're supposed to and take up more of the burden ourselves, and also, work on our own troop strengths and shit like that. Is that the kind of thing that weakens NATO? Or does that make NATO stronger? If they're stepping up and putting more money of their own money into it, you would think that's not trying to weaken NATO, is it? But that's one of the narratives. Well, Trump was weakening NATO. No, he wasn't. And in fact, they were considering having Ukraine become part of NATO, and that's where the Russians got a little upset. And the European factions, wanted to make, expand NATO into Ukraine, and Russia didn't like that. But that's an excuse. I don't think that. Fuck Russia. Fuck the old KGB dude. Sorry, and not the Russian people. He loves peoples, and a lot of the Russian people are like, "What the hell are we doing? What is this? What is this about? What is this about? I do not know what this is about." I don't do a good Russian accent. I'm sorry. Anyway, so then NBC News has this updated map: the invasion of Ukraine, where Russia has attacked. Population showing population densities, confirmed attacks. Look at all freaking over Russia, and there's Russian forces here and here and here and here and here, and these are all attacks. This is all out war. This is all out war on Ukraine, and well, maybe I don't know. Anyway, so smoke over Kiev. Now, you got me saying Kiev. It's Kiev. That's how the Ukrainians pronounce it, at least that I know of. There's smoke, and there's okay, this is someone named friend saying, I'm in the north end of Kyiv where Russia is continuing to bomb the neighborhoods. This is the bridge that Ukraine blew up today to prevent the advance of Russian tanks. You can see people fleeing the city on foot, scrambling over the ruins. I watched as a man dragged his bicycle. Russian forces have entered Obolon district in Kyiv, where the Ukrainian military is currently fighting them. Ukraine Defense Ministry asked residents not to leave their house and to prepare Molotov cocktails. The district is approximately 10 kilometers for those of you who speak a different brand of English, from central Kyiv. So anyway, this is just all kinds of, let's see, as Russian forces advance across Kyiv, this Twitter, other Ukrainian cities suffer barrages. Civilians are using subway train tunnels as bomb shelters. President Zelensky has appealed to other nations to help stop this aggression, asked Russia to open negotiations, and told Ukrainian troops to hold their ground. Yeah, it's like, it is aggression by the Russians. It's not like Ukrainians' military was going into other territory, right? So anyway, this is there's several threads on what's going on there. Chinese state media reporting president. Yeah, they already did that one. European nations, including those neighboring Ukraine, are offering sanctuary to refugees from the country, especially Poland. I think they made a big announcement about that. So that's that. Let's go into this. I want to go back to the thank God Trump. The thank God Trump one, though. Back to holy buckets, I guess. It's funny how they, Trump is, they get shit like this. Trump is a Russian asset. He gets me. I got him. Breaking forward, President Trump shares unique take on Putin and the Ukraine invasion. Thank God Trump can still provide some strong and powerful perspective on the situation. Real quick, though, thank you, Ty Alexander. Ty Alexander, you are the new Streamlabs superstar sponsor of the day. With a small bullet, I appreciate that. Welcome to Hell World. Oh, this needs some music. Hang on, this needs music. This needs some dramatic music here. Let me find some real quick. We want, what the hell? I don't want that. Moods. No, they're here. Let's go with this. Well, that's not starting very fast. Welcome to Hell World, where World War III is on the horizon. Our president's brain is full of the same things that comes out of his ass, where our own media has to break reality to make this shit Trump's fault. And people still eat this shit up. Gladly. Okay, enough of that shit. Anyway, there we go. Okay, thank you, Tyler Alexander, for sponsoring the show. I obviously have the goofies on today. Back to this, just some of the stuff in this thing, though. But anyway, let's see what Laura Ingraham says here in this little clip from Fox News. This says, breaking, former President Trump shares a unique take on Putin and the Ukraine invasion. Thank God Trump can still provide some strong and powerful perspective on the situation. Now, some people are saying that Trump is praising Vladimir Putin because, that's narrative that's saying, oh, he's on Putin's side, blah, 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 da-da-da. Anyway, here you go. Let's see what he says.
President Trump, thank you for joining us tonight via telephone. You're watching this unfold, your reaction to Putin's threat if any Western nation or any nation intervenes with this Russian military action.
So many people are saying, oh, sir, you shouldn't speak the truth about how powerful and smart Brad Putin is. Well, I speak the truth, and that's why I have a strong social media company called Truth Social, by the way. But all I did was speak, excuse me.
You know what?
I spoke the truth about Brad Putin.
Okay. That is not President Trump. I thought this was an actual clip. It's not, but let's hear the comedy I think that this is supposed to be.
Very smart, unlike a so-called sleepy leader. He's very smart. And what he said to Ukraine is, he said, these two areas are free, and now I'm going to defend them. And that's called being smart. That's how I sort of deal with when I'm dealing with Ukrainian prostitutes, when I would see them. What I would do is before we do the strong sex, I would steal their money from their purse. And then 40 seconds later, when we were done having powerful love, I would pay them with their own Ukrainian money because I'm smart and they're not as smart as me.
Someone's editing Laura goes, okay, now, I will admit that was a tiny bit funny. Okay, even though it's not real. All right, never mind. And I should have realized when it said Parodia World News. I should have known better. And let's see. Thank God Trump is not in the White House because he would be sending support to Russia. Putin and I discussed forming an impenetrable cybersecurity unit so that the election hacking and many other negative things will be guarded. Well, it's just freaking hilarious. Thank God, as Joe Biden is doing such a great job campaigning for Trump's return. That's an interesting little thing there. Laura Ingraham wasn't trolled. That was just that was a parody of something. A lot of people saying, though, thank God he's no longer in office. But here's some facts. Trump was president, and Russia did not do any. Or excuse me, Obama was president. Russia took Crimea. Trump was president, and Russia did not do anything. Dimwits on Twitter. Oh, and then Biden is president. Russia is bombing Ukraine. Dimwits on Twitter. Thank God Trump is not president. Well, I wonder how the Ukrainians feel about that. And here's another one. Joe Walsh. If you know Joe Walsh was a conservative something. I think he was in Congress one term, and he ran for president. Ran for the primary. Did you know that Joe Walsh ran for president in 2020? Yeah, most people didn't. Anyway, he said the United States is leading an alliance of nations doing all they can to prevent a dictator from invading a sovereign country. Two thoughts. This is all on Putin. If Trump were president, the United States would be doing nothing to stop Putin. Thank God Trump isn't the president. Well, hey, whoa, hold on. Again. Then why didn't Putin do it when Trump was in office? That's the question they cannot answer. They don't want to answer that because they don't want to admit that President Putin brain was a good idea. Now there's some sarcastic ones from. Thank God Trump isn't president. I was so sick and tired of affordable gas and food, and no wars for 4 years was just too much to handle. Oh. Thank God Trump kept us safe and the world is stable for 4 years. All this current shell of a man in the White House needs to do is to fix things is go back to the Trump policies that worked. Period. Stephanie, what's happening? Thank God Trump will be president again, someone says. Well, I don't know about that. Maybe. Thank God Trump can't tweet. Yeah, because mean tweets are your biggest problem. And Kurt Eichenwald, don't forget, after he lost the election, Trump unilaterally withdrew from the Open Skies Treaty, giving Putin cover to withdrawal too. Ukraine begged us not to because it would rob the West of the best surveillance should Putin invade. Now that we don't have it, another gift from Trump. Bullshit. Again. No invasion during the Trump administration. A full year into the Biden administration, which is about the time it takes to plan something like this. Yeah, go figure. So anyway, all the Trump haters are out in force on the Twitter machine today, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious. In fact, let me try something here. I want to try something. Let's see. I'm going to leave the tabs open where I've been scrolling through because they're interesting and you can scroll through them yourselves. Let's look up something like, let's see what hashtags Biden has, or just Biden. Biden, 34,000 tweets. Biden's war. Biden is a disgrace. Let's go with Biden is a disgrace. No. Yeah, Biden is a disgrace. Let's try that one. We're going to try this hashtag. Let's check out this one today. And Candace Owen is on top. Now, again, this is one of those things, though. Whenever you see hashtags like this, you'll have some people who think Biden is a disgrace, and then others will say, well, if Biden was such a disgrace, then Trump. But what's Biden doing about this? I'm curious. I'm curiouser and curiouser. So there's Candace Owens, who Candace, get off my screen. But first, I'll read what she said because she knows how to get people pissed off, and all that stuff. Midnight Nexo, by the way. Good morning. They show their hand when they admitted they were incapable of respecting their opponent's abilities. Yeah, that too. Report Biden to divert agents from U.S. southern border to send them to. Oh, well, I have that. Actually, hang on. I'm going to go to that article because that is a good one. Hang on a second. I do have that one handy right here. Where'd it go? Should be right at the top here. Here we go. Here's the report. Oops. And this is out of from Breitbart Politics. Now again, it's Breitbart. Breitbart has a slant to its news. I'm fully aware of that, but let's see what they're saying just because. Report Biden to divert agents from the U.S. southern border. It's like as if we don't have a military. Now, so I'm going to take this with a grain of salt because we have plenty of military all over the world. Why would they divert agents from the southern border and send them to assist with Russia-Ukraine conflict? This might be, I don't know, I'm curious how accurate this might be, but let's read it anyway. President Joe Biden administration is looking to divert United States Border Patrol agents from their mission at the U.S.-Mexico border to send them overseas to assist those fleeing from Ukraine amidst Russia's invasion. A new report states. Now, here's... well, let's just say, if this is true, the Border Patrol agents have a lot of experience helping people cross borders right now. God, the jokes write themselves. Even as illegal immigration continues pouring through the nation's southern border at record levels, Biden hopes to entice Border Patrol agents to sign up voluntarily to aid American citizens, green card holders, and their immediate relatives fleeing Ukraine into Eastern Europe. So at least he's doing it for Americans. John Solomon at Just the News, who exclusively obtained the Custom and Border Protection memo, detailed the effort dubbed Operation Support Ukraine. Well, that's a nice original title. That's very nice. So the memo says the Office of Field Operations is seeking volunteers to assist with the possible evacuation of U.S. Why are they using Border Patrol agents? Can't you just use your military? Oh, maybe they don't. I don't know. Does that worry the Russians if it's our military people versus our Border Patrol people? I don't know. Anyway, to assist with the possible evacuation of U.S. citizens, lawful permanent residents, and their immediate family members from Ukraine. The memo sent to Field Operations Executive says, eligible employees who volunteer for this situation may be selected to serve a temporary duty assignment in Poland to facilitate travelers for entry into the U.S., including providing guidance and problem resolutions to other government agencies. The memo said volunteers need to be ready to deploy within 2 to 3 days of selection and should plan for about a month's work overseas. It also offered a plan for stupid 19 mitigation that said workers need to either have the vaccine or natural immunity. Oh my God, they are recognizing natural immunity. By the way, you know what's funny? And I saw this yesterday. I don't have it pulled up. There were people on Twitter. Who were watching reports of Ukrainian citizens finding shelter against, the bombing and stuff. Like they're going into these subways and they're going to the basements of buildings and stuff. And there were people on Twitter who were very, very concerned about these people fleeing from the bombs flying through, coming down from the sky and landing in areas where these people live, because these people were sheltering in these subways and basements of buildings. There was pictures, and they weren't properly social distancing, and they were worried if there were enough people in Ukraine were vaccinated, in order to be sheltering so close together in such close quarters indoors. And so they were really, really concerned about that. And, because, when you're running from a bomb, you got to make sure, just like when you, when they were, I don't remember what Joe Biden was talking about, and you're preparing for something, you got to make sure you're vaccinated because remember I think it was tornadoes or something, or there was a snowstorm coming through, and Joe said the most important thing you can do to prepare for the snowstorm is to get vaccinated. Well, there we go. These people, they got to make sure that, the vaccination is going to stop that. It's going to be like, what's that one, the force field from the Fantastic Four, Sue something, whatever the Fantastic Four's, the husband and wife couple, Sue, and she could put the force field up and it would just stop everything from hitting. That's what the vaccine's like. It's like Sue Storm. Is that her name? Sue Storm? I think. No, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's it's Johnny's sister, not. Well, something like this. She'd put the thing in the force field, and then the bombs would just bounce off and blow up. That's what the vaccine does too. It protects you from all kinds of things, not just the stupid 19. Oh God, this is the dumbest show I've ever done ever. Okay, so last month, Border Patrol agents apprehended nearly 154,000 border crossers. Last month. Roughly 2.1 million border crossers and illegal aliens are expected to arrive at the southern border this year. Since October, according to Fox News' Adam Shaw, about 220,000 border crossers successfully crossed into the U.S. via the southern border, undetected by Border Patrol. Now, that's during the winter months when the border crossings are light. Jesus. In January alone, the Biden administration released more than 62,500 border crossers and illegal aliens into the U.S. interior. Border Patrol agents have blasted Biden's policies, which they say have made illegal immigration close to unmanageable. You mean the wait a minute. Biden's border policy is kind of like the price. Excuse me. Biden's border policy is kind of like The Price is Right. Come on down. It's more like come on over, but you know what I'm saying. Isn't there a song? There's a song, something, come on over. Some woman sings it, come on over and get some, or some shit like that. I don't know. Anyway. All right. Oh boy, this is insanity. So there's that. Where were we at? We were doing Biden. Biden is a disgrace. So it's been a stressful year for Americans. And border crisis, inflation, gas prices, war, more stupid 19 deaths than the year before, dead soldiers in Afghanistan, and empty shelves. Thank God it's not like 2 years ago when Americans had to worry about mean tweets. Yeah, he said it. Any chance we can trade Democrats who voted for Biden for Canadian truckers and their supporters? Kids, you should eat your vegetables, not elect them to be president. Oh, the tweets. Could you imagine what Trump would be tweeting now if he had a Twitter? And Truth Social hasn't even started yet, has it? Has anyone even tried Truth Social yet? I haven't done it yet. Who is really the president? Biden is disgrace. Yeah, there's guys with those sticks that are crossed like this, and there's strings at all the points, and they go like this. That's who really is the president. Anyway. But you know what? You know what the media would be saying about all these people saying that Biden is a disgrace, right? They're saying if you say Biden is a disgrace, then you need to take that American flag off your profile and just put up a Russian flag and pledge your allegiance to Vladimir Putin, because you are a traitor and a insurrectionist and a seditionist, and you should be in the gulag, because that's what. Wait a minute, gulag. That's not an American thing. That's a Russian thing. The leftists like that's what. Never mind. Commies are gonna commie. Commies are gonna commie, right? They're gonna commie. I was gonna open up the lines today, but I'm running out of time. So let's just kind of see what we can find along here. I ruined this country. Let's start World War III. I don't know. Oh, this is interesting. Biden's son, Romney's son, Pelosi's son, Kerry's son are all on the board of directors for energy companies doing business in Ukraine. Yay! All right. I'll just leave that one open. Let's try something else, because I did have a couple other articles that I didn't even open, but here. Here's one. Here's one. This is special. So Joe Biden, the president of the United States, Joe Biden, he said no one thought sanctions would stop Putin days after Kamala Harris said just that. This was yesterday. This is because he had a press conference. I should have watched that. How long was that? Maybe I'll do it another time. President Joe Biden said on Thursday, on Thursday, contradicted Vice President Kamala Harris's assertion less than a week ago that Russian sanctions would absolutely deter Russia from invading Ukraine. Don't waste my tweet and spicy meme. Did you just send me something? I'm not sure. I had 405, then I tried to get on the site. Oh, no. Well, that's not good. Speaking from the White House, Biden told reporters that no one expected the sanctions to prevent anything from happening. Well, then what if they weren't there to prevent anything? Why'd you do them? Oh my God, he just lies. You say something, it's a failure, and then you say, oh no, we didn't say that. We didn't. No, we didn't think that would be anything. Anyway. He said, he told reporters, no one expected the sanctions to prevent anything from happening, referencing Russia's Wednesday evening invasion of Ukraine. Russian leader Vladimir Putin ordered a special operation into Ukraine that has resulted in ongoing heavy military clashes between the two countries and the Russian seizure of the Chernobyl nuclear plant. Well, lucky. That's a prize. Before the invasion 4 days ago, Harris gave a nearly exact opposite opinion. Absolutely. We strongly believe it will exact absolute harm on the Russian economy. The purpose of sanctions has always been continues to be deterrence. Well, Biden today said just the opposite.
No one expected the sanctions to prevent anything from happening.
The purpose of the sanctions has always been and continues to be deterrence.
Okay, now that's a tiny clip, but I wonder, whenever I see clips that are cut that short, I always have to wonder what the full context was. I forgot to pull up that thing with Steve Bannon from yesterday too. I got to do that still. Anyway, last week, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said Biden thought sanctions were actually meant to deter Russian aggression, contradicting Biden's Thursday statement. The president believes, here it is right here, the president believes that sanctions are intended to deter, he claimed. Today, POTUS told us no one expects the sanctions to... So anyway, the White House has conflicting messages, consistently conflicting messages, comes after Biden said in January that if Russia invades, it will become accountable. I'm sorry, I hit the wrong one. They would become accountable. It depends on what it does. This is Biden's here. Listen. This is, they like to write. It's so funny in Breitbart because they will write Biden's sentences verbatim. And it depends on what it does. It's one thing if it's a minor incursion and we end up having a fight about what to do and what not to do. Biden said in the press conference, oh, if it's a minor incursion, well, who cares? It's just a minor incursion. What the fuck is a minor incursion? Anyway, during Thursday's press conference, Biden announced new sanctions on Russia, but none that target Vladimir Putin personally or the lucrative Russian energy industry. Biden refused to answer why he chose not to sanction Putin directly. Biden ignored the question multiple times, opting to answer other questions from reporters. So here's this is probably good. Steve Doocy asking Biden if he underestimated Putin. Let's see what his answer is to this.
Did you underestimate Putin, and would you still describe him the way that you did in the summer as a worthy adversary?
At the time, he was, I made it clear, as an adversary, and I said he was worthy. I didn't underestimate him. And I've read most of everything.
Whoa. Stop. Drop. I'm not going to sing. Who does that song? That's DMX. That was anyway. Now I'm not going to do the DMX song, but what did he just say? Because there's a whole lot of people out there really pissed off that Donald Trump praised Vladimir Putin. Did Joe Biden just praise Vladimir Putin?
He was, I made it clear, as an adversary, and I said he was worthy. I didn't underestimate him.
He's worthy? Impeach. Now, who do I call? Hang on. Just give me a second. Nancy. Bitch, pick up your phone. Yeah. Did you see that? Yeah. He praised him. He said it was worthy. He said Vladimir Putin was worthy. What? You'll call Schiff? What about Humpty Dumpty guy? What's that? Jerry? Yeah, Jerry Nadler. What about him? Okay, get him on the phone. Let's go. Pip. Stupid bitch. Anyway, all right. Let's see what else he said here.
And I've read most of everything he's written.
Yeah.
Did you read? I shouldn't. I'm not being a wise guy.
What? I've read what?
I said he was worthy. I didn't underestimate him. And I've read most of everything he's written. Did you read? I'm not being a wise guy.
What did he stop there for? I've read almost everything he's written. And I'm not being a wise guy. Okay, I don't know what that means.
You heard the speech he made. Almost an hour's worth of speech is why he was going into Ukraine. He has much larger ambitions in Ukraine. He wants to, in fact, reestablish the former Soviet Union. That's what this is about. And I think that his ambitions are completely contrary to the place where the rest of the world has arrived.
You're confident that these devastating sanctions are going to be as devastating as Russian missiles and bullets and tanks?
Yes, Russian bullets, missiles, and tanks in Ukraine. Yes, I am.
Okay.
Did you?
All right. If you don't feel more confident after that, there's something seriously wrong with you. I'm just saying. Now, the Germans have vetoed the U.S. from using SWIFT sanctions. Biden deferred to them. America first versus consensus. Did they? The Germans? Oh, my God. No, I think the Europeans now are on board with sanctions, though. Flight radar shows aircrafts being diverted around Ukraine on Thursday after the country closed its airspace to civilian flights. That's probably a good idea. Former President Donald Trump criticized Biden's sanction on Tuesday as weak and insignificant. Now, this is where they say, oh, he's praising Putin. Russia has become very, very rich during the Biden administration, with oil prices doubling, and soon to be tripling and quadrupling. The weak sanctions are insignificant relative to taking over a country and a massive piece of strategically located land, Trump said in a statement. Now, that's the one they're criticizing because, well, he took over a country with a massive piece of strategically located land. Yeah, you got to do more than that. Anyway, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has reportedly criticized the lack of sanctions against Russia in the face of evidence that Putin would soon attack. That's from before. Some leaders suggest a format of responding format after possible. I don't know what the hell that means. Possible. Oh, that's Zelensky. He speaks English very well, but occasionally he says things that don't make sense. After possible escalation on the part of Russia to introduce a strong sanctions policy, Zelensky said in December, here it seems to me that we were able to explain to our European colleagues that the sanctions policy followed such escalation. It won't matter to anyone. So what happened is the Germans, before this started, the Germans were kind of said, nah, we're not going to do the sanctions yet. And then when this shit started, then Germany finally said, oh, shit, they actually did it. We're going to shut down the pipeline. Let's get everyone on board. Now they're all on board for sanctions. But it's a little too late because the damn invasion already happened. But anyway, thank you, Black Hebrew Israelite. And you again are the Streamlabs superstar sponsor of the day. With dropping another deuce in the tip jar. It says, time to send a division of they-thems over to fight Ukraine because diversity is our strength. Yes. Let's see how much territory they can win back. Or is that working? There we go. Yeah. The diversity in our military is definitely our strength. Well, gang, this has been a treat, but I don't know that my brain can handle this anymore. So, plus I'm out of time, but let's just do this. Here's what I'm going to tell you. By the way, hit the like button if you haven't done so already, and share the stream before, during, and after the stream. But I want to do this. Tomorrow, Lady Boomer and I are definitely doing a trail stop stream because she said, hey, should we go do a trail stop stream tomorrow? And I said, yes, let's do it. Trail stop stream because I really like Bloody Marys and I enjoy drinking 3 or 4 of them over a 3-hour period and having some good brunch and then having a beer or 2 after that and then coming home and taking a nap for the rest of the day. But anyway, we are doing a trail stop stream tomorrow, and that's it's going to be devoid of some of this, but it will be fun and we'll tell lots of jokes and maybe talk about things about our almost 30 years together, 29. We just had our 29th anniversary. And but otherwise, this show, The Morning Night Live, well, I'm going to be back here Monday as long as there's no Canadian invasion of the United States. And the trucker convoy. There's a trucker convoy that's starting up, and the media's kind of poo-pooing it. It's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. So we're going to be following those events next week, and the war, and other things. By the way, Trudeau backing down on his emergency powers. I didn't really talk about that too much, but isn't it interesting that it was during the Senate deliberations on that? It didn't look like it was going to go well in the Senate, and I don't think he wanted a loss. So I'm not sure what's going on with Vladimir Putin, but it kind of looks like several of the provinces dropping all the restrictions. I might be able to travel. Here's the thing. I might be able to travel to Canada this summer. That would be fantastic. So we'll see what's happening, because we really want to go to Nova Scotia to see my wife's ancestors' home. So anyway, that had nothing to do with this show today. Keep your head up, and hope you have a good weekend. If we don't see you tomorrow. Thanks everybody for being here. I really enjoyed doing the show. Thank you especially to sponsors today, Black Hebrew Israelite and Tyre Alexander. You are fantastic Americans, as well as everyone in the chat. If you had to watch on in the background or on replay, thank you for joining us too. It's always a pleasure to do this show. But the weekend's coming. I gotta go do my thing, and hope you all have a great weekend. My name is PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye. Hey, this is PDawgKnight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawgKnight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cashapp, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here.